someone asked me today, how can we possibly stay aligned in these crazy times these days where a lot of things are happening around the world, and that's a kind of an interesting question. I like to give an answer, my humble vision on this, through via a few different angles. I think one is, as many predicted already, there's the end of the times. So what does it really mean, the end of the times? That also means there is a beginning of new times, right? And as I've heard it and I've seen it, is I think that right now we are living in a time frame that a lot of positive and a lot of negative is happening at the same time. And as Bashar states, it is a time to look at the life circumstances to see what you really want and what you do not want. So it's, in a sense, it's a very rich time frame. Everything comes to the surface, the positive and negative. It's quite logic, because if you want to grow into what's the positive, you have to also see more of the negative thing. So good thing what I find is that the negative cannot really come to you, cannot really overcome you in the sense, because reality happens through you in another sense. But you have the opportunity right now to look at it, to see what your preference is, what you like to live. And the more you rise in your frequency, the more you focus on what you do want, rather than trying to buy yourself into some ways that you do not feel aligned with, the more you start to see that reality. Because the reality happens through you in that sense. So if you tune, as Basha says, if you now take the train from that station towards your desired direction, you start to see more of these life circumstances, and then you'll be guided by a higher self through a version of reality, because there is just as many versions of reality as there are people on this world. You're more likely to be guided over the next years to your desires reality. And one of the things I find so beautiful is that we now have a chance to learn to listen to our higher self, which is on a non-physical part of a persona that beams at us by our ideal imaginated world, and also beams at us every given moment by our highest excitement. So if you now feel that something brings out of your alignment, that's an interesting thing, because if you acknowledge that you create 100% your reality, you can also use all the negative emotions for personal growth. So you can also see the negative life circumstances around you to help you to reveal what's still in you, so you can transform that and move on. So at the moment you are out of balance, you're out of alignment, you have an opportunity to check for yourself what's still there, what wants to be transformed. So but in another sense, I think it's important to focus on the things what we do want, so we can get more of it, because whatever the focus point is what we start to see more of. So my humble vision would be like, focus on what we really want to see, and then over time you start to see more of that, and also release the things that need to be released in order to get there. I hope it helps, and have a wonderful day. Ciao.